What's up, swimmers and swimmers? We are back for day 5 of the 2023 World Championships. We will be coming to you live as we react and watch to day 5 of these World Championships. Let's just recap the prelim session that just happened last night if you're in the States, or this morning if you are, in fact, in Japan. It was a pretty sleepy prelims. Women's 100 freestyle, Siobhan Howie, Abby Weitzel, Emma McKeon are your top 3 seeds. We kind of got all the heavy hitters in there. Kate Douglas of America was 11th at 54.4. Keep in mind she has a double of 100 free, 200 breasts. I don't think we've ever seen something like that before. So men's 200 back, again, pretty stocked. Bradley Woodward of Australia, 157.1 for top seed. Roman Mityukov of Switzerland. Hubert Koch, Ryan Murphy, Apostolos Siskos, Destin Lasco was in there for 8th. Hugo Gonzalez tied for 10th. He'll have a 2x2 IM double, which we've seen Ryan Lochte pull off before at World Championships. If he doesn't scratch the 200 back, so we'll kind of see how that goes for him. Women's 200 breast, Tess Schouten is your top seed. She's been having a great season from the Netherlands. 222.4. Schoenmacher in there for 2nd. Lily King was 4th. Kate Douglas 9th. So she's doing just what she needs to do to get in there and to make both semifinals. And then we'll kind of see how she reacts tonight in semis. Men's 200 breast, Zach Stubblety Cook's your top seed at 208.9. Then Casper Corbo, Matt Fallon's 3rd seed, Josh Matheny 6th seed, Ken Hai Young is the 5th seed, which is I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised he's swimming this 200 breast after just he's done so well in the 50 and the 100. So we'll see. We'll see how his 200 goes. I'm really curious about that. Alexis Savickas, who swims at Florida but represents Lithuania, is in there for 4th seed at 209.6. And finally, the women's 800 free relay, USA, Australia, and Great Britain and China are your top 4 seeds. I think those are going to be the ones fighting for medals. We just reported on SwimSwam that Erin Gimmel and Alex Shackle draw onto the US's 4x2 finals relay. So the US is going with Erin Gimmel, Alex Shackle, Katie Ledecky, and Bella Sims. So Claire Weinstein, who was the US national champion in the 200 freestyle, she was off their prelims relay, and it seems like she's not going to be on the finals relay. We didn't see her have a great 200 freestyle here. She finished 12th in the semifinal. She was 157.0. So I really hope Claire's okay. She had a great swim, leadoff leg on the 800 free relay last year that ended up winning gold. So we never know what's going on at a meet like this with any swimmer. And so hopefully she's doing okay. I'm hoping her physical health and her mental health is all right. But maybe we'll hear from her sooner rather than later. But for now, let's just keep going. All right, we got our first guest. We got Josh Davis. How's it going, Josh?
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How was yesterday's practice? What did you guys do?
Yeah, it was a good one. Just a quick 3,600 in 70 minutes. So we're on the summer college maintenance program at our team. So
Nice.
they're lucky. They only get they swim an hour and 15 in the morning, and then they lift on their own.
That's a great summer schedule. I would love that summer schedule.
But everybody's moving in this weekend. We're starting next
Okay.
week.
Wow, that's soon, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's pretty early, no?
we're the earliest start that I know of, and we get done
Uh,
the earliest too, which is nice.
I see. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. So we've got some exciting events coming up. We start off with the women's 200 fly, which should be a great race. And we've
Yeah, what's
got,
the order of events today?
let's see, I might have just lied to you. Nope, I didn't. It's the women's 200 fly, women's 100 free semi, men's 100 free final, women's 100, women's 50 back final, and then we've got some 200s, and we cap it off with the women's 4x2 free relay. So we we start with a two fly, and then we go short, and then we have a lot of 200s after that. All right, so we've got a few
Yeah,
fun
that
comments.
800 relay is going to be fun.
It is, especially with Australia looking the way they have. Um, that's going to be a great relay. I just talked about Claire Weinstein is actually off of the finals relay. She didn't swim prelims either. So hoping everything is okay with her. She was 157.0 in the 200 free individually, and she placed 12th overall. So, but yeah, Alex Shackle and Aaron Gimmel got the call from prelims, and they'll be on the finals relay as well as Katie Ledecky and Bella Sims. But right now, we have got the women marching out for the 200 fly final. So there's Summer McIntosh in lane 3. We saw Lindsay Looney a little earlier on lane 8. But it should be this is going to be a really great race. There's Reagan Smith, who is doing the double tonight. She's got 2 fly, 50 back. We've got gold medal Mel in the house.
Good morning.
Just in time for his favorite event. After he chugs some coffee.
That's so good.
Uh-oh. Josh, I don't think I can hear you. Uh-oh. We lost Josh.
Something is
wrong. Or we lost
with
his audio, at least.
Uh-oh. My peacock kicked me off of swimming. There we go. It's back. Where are you at right now, Coleman? What can you see?
I see they're just about to get up on the blocks. They're getting up on the blocks now.
Gotcha. We're on the blocks. I'm on the blocks. Okay. I gotta get my nervous ball. Yeah. Woo! Reagan's down. Looks like, was that a full 15 meters?
Yeah, Reagan's out.
She looks good.
So the hope is she's been all season she's gone out very well, right? She's gone out fast. She has a lot of speed. She has great underwaters. We're hoping that, unlike U.S. trials, she can really bring it home that last 50, like she did in her 2:03 swim in Tempe. But yeah, her and Summer kind of look like they are asserting their dominance from the start.
Yeah. McIntosh touched first. That was a 27.7 out. Was that correct? We're coming up right at the 50. She's going to touch in 58.97. So, it's good to see Summer McIntosh have a swim that really kind of wasn't what we expected in the 400 free, but turn around and she's recovered within this World Championships, and she's swimming well ahead of the championship record line.
What's up, Tyler?
Yo, what's happening, dude?
What's happening?
Whoa.
We just got some 200 fly action going on here.
Watch a little two fly here.
Yeah. I mean, summer's looking great.
Yeah,
Reagan
like
faded
McIntosh is having a swim.
No kidding. So Reagan was fourth at that third wall, but she had a great underwater. I'm wondering if she can power it home and get in there for a medal.
Put Summer McIntosh in control of this race.
Looking like it.
Took over.
Come on, Reagan.
Whoa. 204.
There you go. There you go.
204.06 for the win.
204.0 for Summer McIntosh gold medal.
Good time.
I believe Deckers was silver and Reagan was bronze.
Summer McIntosh gets there. That's solid swim.
Yeah.
We're in day 5 of the meet. They've got to be exhausted. I haven't raced one stroke and I'm exhausted.
Just so many emotions. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. Josh, how are we doing this morning, man? Not
Who's
sure
to
he heard
say?
me.
Emma Murphy is asking what events are today.
Emma, let me point you in the direction of www.swimswam.com. We've got all the coverage right there.
It's a great resource. It's a great place to get your event lineups.
In fact, there's a finals guide on there.
Wow. So
where is
Summer
Luna
McIntosh
from? Who was the top seed?
Bosnia and Herzegovina is maybe how you say it. Yeah.
All right. Let's. We're going to answer that question just as a quick off. Today we got 200 fly women's final, women's 100 freestyle semifinal, men's 100 freestyle final, women's 50. Am I on the right thing?
Oh,
women's 50.
Oh, guess number 5.
There we go.
What's up,
dude?
Josh?
How's it going, guys?
Cool.
It's going good.
Glad to hear it.
Good. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, so excited to join on. Had some technical difficulties there for a little bit, but here now.
We got a full house today.
We got a full house. Because it's a great session we got coming up.
Lots of fast swimming.
Am I the only person drinking coffee this morning?
Got tea.
We got tea. Is there any caffeine in that tea, or is this like a hibiscus tea?
There's a little caffeine.
That's all right. We like it.
Yeah. I think you're the only non-swim coach right now, Mel.
I'm here to represent.
Represent the non-swim coaches.
Everybody's been wet. We've all been racing.
Josh, are you in Berkeley right now?
I am not. No, I'm in my wife's office at our house. Well, everything else is being packed up right now.
When do you move out?
As soon as we sell the house, I'm flying out to Irvine for the end of the tier meet.
Nice, dude.
Friday, and then we'll spend a week out of juniors and whatnot, then come back and hopefully flip this thing.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Thanks. So really excited.
Yeah, Josh, while I'm on a commercial, I don't know about you guys, but while we're here, can you tell us a little bit about just what you are excited about, going to Cal and getting to work with, I guess now the combined program?
Yeah, no, absolutely. When the opportunity presented itself, there was a lot to be excited about. Obviously the opportunity to work with Durden and Marsh and the rest of the staff, that alone was really exciting to kind of learn from them, the opportunity to work with, the newly combined program. I think Dave was named, head coach over both in January and December, somewhere in that window. So, there's still, some evolution of that right now. So just kind of exciting overall, to kind of get in there and help what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm personally excited to see how that progresses for you. So big congrats on that one. What do you guys think of this meet in Irvine? I mean, it's a great racing opportunity. I love that they put it in NCAA format, right?
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity at the end of the summer for people to race. And, if you end your season in June, that's a long time to be taking a break, and to have a little carrot at the end of the summer. It's in Irvine. Personally, probably my favorite venue in the country for a nationals. And I think it's great. They can make some money out there. It's I think it's nice to have that carrot at the end of the summer.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of people excited about it. I know, the athletes that I know are going out there. They're pretty pumped, to be out there and racing. Should be pretty fast.
I'm honestly a little bummed I'm not out there. Irvine is my favorite place to go to for a swim meet. I love it there.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of a perfect spot.
Yeah, especially for the end of the summer meet. It's like that's the perfect place to go when you've, depending on where you're at, when you've had a ton of heat and you're kind of towards the end of the summer, and then you get to go to sunny Irvine where it's 80 degrees and you can go to the beach one day, and it's a great place for a meet.
It's also you're gonna have people jockeying for national team spots. And it's an Olympic year. They're going to be jockeying for funding. So I think Josh is right. I do think it's going to be fast. I think we're going to see some swims out there.
Yeah.
We got some 100 free action going on.
Yeah, I've got Heat 1 on the blocks right now, including Cal Bear and Team USA's Abby Weitzel.
We've got a who in there too, Amy Canny. So we got a bear and a
who. It's a good heat.
We're all representing. Wow. Abby looks stellar off the blocks.
So this heat across the board was pretty even, entry time wise. I think about a second separating all of them.
Oh, wow. So Steenbergen is out first at 25.2 or 25.3. Abby's kind of right behind her. Abby had a really nice prelim swim this morning, 53.2. She finally broke that 53 barrier at trials this season. She was 52.9, I think. And it looks like she's going into the wall for second here. Merritt touches first, 52.8. Abby is right behind her. I'm guessing at 53 low.
Yeah, things have picked up quite a bit since prelims.
Yeah.
No kidding. So yeah, so that's a solid first heat. I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question. Are we going to see this type of performance from Swimming Australia next year? Are we seeing the best? Are we seeing the best from them?
I think from a preparation standpoint, we need to expect it. We need to expect them to be even better.
We should expect it, but it's like it's can they put it to? They're swimming in their own time zone right now. They're gonna next summer they got to swim in Paris. They typically swim well in their time zone or well in Australia. I'm just wondering if we're going to see such great performances again in Paris. My gut tells me not at the level we're seeing right now.
I'm not going to underestimate them. I
I
think
know.
we're making too much of the time zone stuff too. It's like
It's all about the time zone, Tyler.
It's all
it
about the
sounds like
time
it's
zone.
like
Don't you know anything?
It's an excuse, and I keep hearing about it, and it's like, meh.
You know, I agree with Tyler. I think you got to assume that they're going to be right there and prepare for it.
You guys sound like coaches.
I sound like coaches that aren't going to give them any bulletin board fodder.
The time zone sounds like it's something that's on the editorial board at SwimSwam before a live stream. Let's talk about time zones tonight.
I see an article coming.
So is that 53.6 was third there, 53.8 fourth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's obviously fast, but not super quick.
So I think you got to expect this next final to be a little quicker.
Well, we've got Kate Douglas and 2 Aussies, among others.
Kate's got another swim coming up tonight.
Yeah, I cannot believe she's doing this double. This is I don't think anyone's ever done this double at World Championships. I feel like that's fair to say.
I know we've talked about this, and Worlds is a very big meet, but it's Worlds. It's not the Olympics. So if you're going to do something like this, do it now. Like, push yourself, test yourself, see what you can do. She's very self-aware. And so I think she's going to position herself to move along. But she's probably going to keep something in her back pocket.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we definitely saw that in the 200 IM, right? Where she kind of snuck in there. That was a little nerve wracking, but she made the final and then dominated. Be really interesting to see. I think Siobhan and Emma in lanes 4 and 5 are going to go out, and then we all know what kind of back half Molly O'Callaghan has. So that those 4 lanes 4, 5, 6, 7, I think are going to be all quite quick. So they're on the blocks right now. KD first to 15, I think.
I think you're right. Quickest off the blocks too.
Well, that's a good start. So, I mean, she looks great. Yep. She's got some open water, but yeah, again, expect Molly O to kind of come back on that second 50.
So yeah, a little quicker there.
So right now, it kind of looks like there's 5 women. It's those 4 plus Michelle Coleman.
It'll be interesting where 4th and 5th wind up. Mm-hmm. What do we say? 53.8?
53.8 was 4th. Okay. 53.6 third.
Okay.
So 52.8 for Molly O. I know Kate Douglas was 4th in that heat. She didn't even look that tired. Molly looks like she just did an aerobic set, and now she's just kind of like, what, Mel? What heart rate? What's her heart rate right now?
So it's like a 90. 90. It's 90. I'm telling you, man.
Just getting warmed up.
So well conditioned. She could do that. She could do that 19 more times, if we're being honest. Off the blocks on the 130.
That's so impressive. And there's Rowdy circling Kate Douglas's start. Love it.
Loving the reaction time.
Reaction time matters to him. If you watch the 1984 Olympic final where he reacted at 0.01, you'll know that that's really, I mean, if we're being honest, that's what this is all about.
That's why he's carrying this torch
with him
so
for
long.
years.
Yeah. makes sense. Wow, so that was a quick heat. I heard that was a tight finish. So we got 2-8, 2-9, 3-0. Kate Douglas was 3-3. Michelle Coleman 3-4. So
The 3-6.
Yeah.
That was a quick heat.
3-6 to make it in.
Here we go.
Nice.
All right.
So the Americans
Good
are
final.
5th and 6th. Yeah.
5th and 6th.
Got a little inside water there. Awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, and now the men's 100 free final.
Can we talk about your metric that you put up yesterday, Coleman, saying Popovich was outpaced on this final 50 of his 200 free?
I see another bear. Mr. Alexi.
You want to bring that up? Maybe nobody read it.
What's there to bring up? I mean, Molly O'Callahan was faster than David Popovich's last 50 on the 50 free by 1/100th. That's a fact. I think David had an uncharacteristic swim, and I think Molly O set a world record.
I think it's a nice setup. What's how do you guys look? Anybody want to make predictions on this 100 free right now?
Kyle Chalmers, baby. I'm going King Kyle. Oh no, we still can't hear Josh Davis.
What was that?
We can't hear Josh Davis.
Yeah, I haven't heard him this whole time.
We can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Yeah. So Popovich will be in lane 2. Panza Lee of China, they've had a great meet in lane 3. Matt Richards, he's the guy to beat. I think this meet has been in lane 4.
Yep.
200 free champ. He's got a monster back half.
What did he shave off his PB to get when he went that 47-47?
He had been 47.5 in prelims.
No, but I mean before the meet.
He was 47.8 maybe, 47.9 to 47.6. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Josh, what can we expect from Jordan here? He had a great swim.
He did.
What did he drop, a second?
A little over a second, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so here he's either going to open it up, and I think the majority of the heat was out 2.9. I think 2.8 was the fastest takeout, amongst them. So Jordan, one of the things he's been working on is controlling that speed, but you can see him open it up here a little bit and take it out 2.5, 2.6.
Man,
he's from one of my favorite places on the planet, Grand Cayman. God, I love that place.
Wow, his reaction time was good. Matt Richards 0.59 though. That's solid. But Jordan Crooks had a great swim in 47.7. Great prelims and semi swim. All right,
Alexi
kind
taking
of
it
tightly
out.
bunched.
2.4.
Underworld record pace. Jack Alexi.
I love it.
Alexi's
Outside
making
smoke.
up for yesterday. He's going for it. Wow. He looks good too.
Come on.
All right, Big Jack.
Jack Alexi. We got
Put the
Kyle
head down.
Chalmers moving up now. Oh my God.
Get in
Is
there.
Alexi going to do it?
Woo!
You got
Chalmers
silver, buddy.
for the win. Jack Alexi for a silver medal out of lane 8?
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Wow.
And respect to Chalmers, 47.15.
Big swim.
So consistent.
Yeah. Whew. Big Jack. Silver medal. What did he had to have gone 7.3, right? Maybe
right
7.2?
around that, yeah.
I mean, he was right there at the finish.
So when he gets his
Good
head
for
down
him.
and opens up that stroke, those are some big arms.
Yeah. What do you guys have any hypotheses? I think they were talking about it yesterday on what happened in his start. Did he just slip yesterday?
Yeah, no shit.
And say, it sounded like he slipped. Those hands came apart. Just kind of a weird entry.
He came up with their knees.
Yeah. I'm so amazed that he had whatever start malfunction he had, and then he was still able to like get himself into the heat and just snuck in there for 8. But good for him, man.
Say, took advantage of an opportunity.
No kidding. Which USA is swimming it out of lane 8, I think, in 3 finals tonight. So he's getting it warmed up.
He's warming it up.
Yeah.
The heat is on the outside. That's where you medal.
Yeah, apparently so. So, and then I think Maxime, from the looks of this, Maxime Grousset was in there for bronze out of lane 1.
That's what it looked like, yeah.
That might have been a 47-2. I wish they'd pop up the results.
I know. It looks like Panzan Lee may have gotten in there for the bronze, but God, I hate that Peacock does this to us.
47-3-1.
There we go.
For
yeah,
Jack.
Grousset.
42.
3 100s between 3rd and 5th. Yee. Oh, they almost showed the Kyle interview, and then they skipped to Jack Alexi.
So we're gonna have to. I'm sitting here designing the college preview magazine, and now I'm gonna have to like change this magazine.
Yeah, you are.
No, I am. I'm literally going like I was just dealing with this topic yesterday, and now I've got to go back in and
might have a new cover boy.
I think he can do it. Look at him.
Wow. Chalmers was tied for 7th at the 50 in 23.0.
It's motored home.
Yeah. Yeah, so once again, Panzan Lee was 7:43. Matt Richards was 7:45. And then Popovich was 47.8. Jordan Crooks 47.9. Another swim under 48, which is great. Nandor Nemeth was 48.1 for 8th.
Sandy's getting a little frustrated here, folks. She wants live results. She doesn't want debate.
You just read the results. What did Popovich touch at?
47.8.
Coaches, we after last summer, and we're seeing what's happening now. You have what's going on with Popovich? Is this just the too much hype, too much excitement, and then repeating it in another year? He maybe took his foot off the gas. What's going on? What do you think?
I'll let you tackle this one first, Tyler.
I want you to step into this minefield first, Tyler.
Obviously, we don't have any information. We could try to speculate. I think one, how old is he? Is he 18, 19?
Yeah.
He's young. I don't know. Maybe they tried something different with training. I think at that age, you're still learning a lot about your athlete. You're trying to do things to make them better when they're already a world record holder, and they'll go back and I think I saw an interview with him yesterday, and it's like when you're not winning, you're learning, and it's and I like that. Like that's a growth mindset. And
absolutely.
I have no doubt that he will go back and he'll figure this out. He wants to win. But swimming's not linear. It's you're faced with adversity every single day, in practice all the time at meets, and it tests you, and we'll see what kind of resilience he has. But I have a lot of faith he's going to be fine for Paris.
a non-swimmer asked me this, like, hey, what's up with, he almost permeated beyond the swim world, right? So it's like they were kind of wondering what happened to him, and I was like, swimming at that level is hard, and if he's 98% this year because he's now the most famous man in that country, he had a whole other job for a period of time. This is a good year to figure it out. And it looks to me like this is the year that he's figured it out. And we're seeing what that's like. It's a testament to how hard it is to be great, which makes me look at Chalmers and go like, man, like Chalmers, Ryan Murphy, so consistent. We completely sit back and take for granted what they're accomplishing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
I mean, good, Coleman.
Well, it's like Ryan Murphy won 2 Olympic gold medals, and then the next year he got 5th in the 100 back at World Champs, and after setting the world record. And this is the first time Popovich has been a defending world champion. This is the first time he's been a world record holder on a big stage. The 2 years prior in the lead up, it was just cream. He was just doing his thing because he was a young kid and he had no pressure on him. And I think, learning to deal with the different set of circumstances of having all these accolades and titles, as a phrase you like to use, Mel, it changes your brain chemistry. And hopefully he is learning from this meet.
I think everybody wants a piece of you too. When you get good and you're that good and you're a sensation, I mean, imagine the interview requests, the magazine requests, the local media, the worldwide media, like everybody wants autographs. They want you at their event. And I think at 18, 19, it's hard. Like, I go back to Ryan Murphy, like the consummate pro, like everything he does, it's so professional. And, when you're 18, 19 years old, it's hard to say no. And I think Ryan probably says no a lot because he knows exactly what he needs to do to prepare himself to perform at a high level. And I think David's learning that.
If I text Ryan Murphy and be like, hey, what's going on? Ask a question, I get an answer in 60 seconds. Here's my statement.
Yep.
Can you do an interview? Yeah, I can't do it this week, but I can do it on this date at this time. Or no, I'm not going to do it this time. He's like, boom, he's on it.
Yep.
And so it's what I'm hearing from you is pros figure out how to pros have good boundaries.
Yeah. All right, hold on, Josh, get in here. Give us your take.
Well, I was just going to say, from what Tyler was saying, fully agreed with it, and he's experienced it with all the Virginia athletes. But I mean, for me, with like watching Jordan navigate that stuff at Tennessee, when you go from being unknown to having all that expectation, he would get up on the blocks and, if he didn't go a best time or go blank, he was, in his mind getting ripped apart, and people forget that, 4 months prior, the kid was, 50 point in the 100 free long course, or 45 in the 100 free short course yards, and so just the expectation, the hype is so high that people just, raise the bar for the athletes without realizing or remembering that, hey, they're taking pretty big steps here every time they get up on the blocks and, they're learning, but it's a process.
Yeah, that's good wisdom. I do like some of these comments that are trolling us more than anyone else. And as Justin said, for Popovich, it's definitely the time zone.
I think it's the time zone, MS. That's what I'm saying. It's the time zone.
For Popovich, it's the time zone.
It's funny.
He'll be in Paris. I mean, that's another thing is that this Olympics, it'll be a continent comfort because it's in Europe, I assume. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he hates Paris, but I doubt it.
I think we're gearing up. I think Paris is going to be tough. I think there's going to be a lot of noise going on outside the scenes. I know this from talking to people at World Aquatics, at the International Olympic Committee. They're trying to figure out a plan of how to handle what they expect to be protest the entire time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
protests for what?
Protests for everything. Fascist protest, far left and far right protesting for, because it's going to be a lot. They're anticipating a lot.
Just because it's a big city, just because it's in Europe.
Yeah, it's. I don't want to get deep into the politics, but it's a liberal democracy, and the far right party is getting closer and closer. Marie Le Pen's party is getting closer and closer to taking over, and there's a lot of tension. The way we feel tension in the United States, but they're going to use the Olympics as a platform to gain more media and more attention, and they're going to, so it's behind the scenes, yes. There are plans on how to mitigate the stress on athletes.
Gotcha.
It's good they're already planning on getting ahead of it. They're aware of it.
Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry, flipping gears here. We're starting with the women's 50 backstroke. Do you think we can see a world record here?
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
World record. I'm predicting it.
Who? Come on, Mel. Who's going to break a world record?
Burkhoff.
I know. I sent Burkhoff a link.
I'll bet you Burkhoff's about to pop something here.
Maybe there's a chance that Burkhoff could pop in. David Burkhoff could pop in on his phone midway through the 50.
That'd be rad.
That would be something that he would do, and his audio wouldn't work. But
what happened to our boy Josh Davis?
Well, I think right now he's writing practice because he's got workout in about 20 minutes.
They're coming up.
As one commenter points out, Chalmers went the second fastest 50 of 100 free in history in that race. 24:11. That's a little faster than Molly O'Callahan's. All right, so Catherine Burkhoff's in lane 2. We got Kaylee McEwen marching out. She's in lane 5. Kali Moss, lane 6. Reagan Smith, top seed, is going to be in lane 4. So really, we got talent across the pool that has good shots of winning.
What's it been? I think it's been about 6 minutes since that 200 fly, right? We've had about. How much time? I mean, it feels short. That feels like 15 or 20.
It's been
it can't be more than 20.
Really?
She had to go up on the medal stand too.
Did she warm down? She jumped in the pool.
I mean, the good thing was that it was right at the top of the hour. So I mean, it's 6:39 for me now. Yeah, I think the race was done by 6:09.
That's true.
But yeah, it's. I mean, that's tight.
I'm guessing her warm down was 200 meters, and then that was it. I mean, she got nothing.
Not much, but like you said yesterday, Mel, it's a 50. You don't need anything to swim a 50.
I know. Just blink a few times and it's over. That's the exertion level. That's how I would swim a 50. And it was over.
Okay, well, she looks good to 15, but Kaylee McEwen also looking really strong up there.
Is Reagan gaining on it? Ooh. It's always that angle's weird. Come on.
So it looks like Reagan, Kaylee, and Moss.
All right. Okay. All right.
Really tight.
So McEwen first, Reagan second, and Lauren Cox of Great Britain is in there for third. Kylie Moss must have just missed it, but Reagan getting a silver medal is a great swim. I have a funny story about Lauren Cox.
Do tell.
Who, I'm pretty sure she's earned a bronze medal. Dude, so she came to swimming late. She trains at Loughborough, and I was there last summer. Mm-hmm. And her coach was telling me that they had to adjust the intervals for her on like aerobic freestyle sets because she couldn't keep up. Like she couldn't do like 100 on one, like, or like hundreds repeat on like 130 or something like that. I don't remember the exact intervals, but like they would have to like add 10 or 15 seconds to her swims on like, just like basic intervals because she like couldn't do them and would get way too gassed for any kind of set. But then racing, like this was last year, and she raced at the Commonwealth Games, and she was like she went 27 plus in the 50 back and 100 in the 100-meter back, but she like couldn't do a 200 on 240 like in practice, like a 200 freestyle. So she's one of those athletes that like was a late bloomer and didn't have the training base necessarily, but she's a racer.
So you can flip the switch.
Yeah, as evidenced by this heat.
So getting bronze there, doesn't need to do the 200s on 240.
Yeah, apparently not. I think she had a good showing in the 100 too. She definitely made the final. So
Gents, I'm gonna have to pop off here and take my kid to daycare.
I hear you on that, man.
Yeah.
We've been through this with our guests before.
Josh,
yeah,
talking,
absolutely,
man.
Josh.
We'll see you guys.
Thank you for popping in.
See you, buddy. So what we're hearing is that Josh is a better father than Tyler. And that's the takeaway. That's my analysis. In his time zone, he's a better father.
This is why people hate SwimSwam, Mel.
Oh, Tyler's still here. I didn't see him on camera.
Oh, man. Maybe I should go take the kids to daycare.
I don't think he's taking the kids to daycare. I think he's switching from tea to coffee.
Or he's going over to Swimming World. Doing their watch party.
That would be a real stab in the heart. But I enjoy that sentiment, Tyler. I didn't realize they were 3 100ths apart. Kaylee McEwen touched Reagan out by 3 100ths after Reagan did the 200 fly.
Reagan's last 3 strokes, she looked like if that was a 55-meter race, she may have gotten her hand in there. She was really coming on the last few strokes.
Dude, good for her. So she's got 2 silvers. She's got a bronze and the 2 fly. I mean, that's a great meet so far.
Yeah.
And she's still got the 2 back. But Kayla McEwen is doing it. She's 2 for 2 in backstroke so far. Yeah. Good for her. What's even now? Men's 2-breast semi. I can't say I'm that excited for this.
Got the young bucks in there for the U.S.
You guys want to talk about something else?
Ouch! Ouch! That's so wrong.
I was looking it up when we were talking about Popovich and we were talking about Mel. You were referring to Ryan Murphy and how he has there was a really good book I read. It's called Essentialism. It's by Greg McKeon, and it's all about saying no, like learning to say no. And I think that it'd be a tremendous book for anyone who has emerged into superstardom to read, especially when they're young, and to just learn how to handle it.
There's in this day and age where electronically everyone is at your doorstep, knocking on your door all the time.
Yeah.
It's there's no way to achieve mastery or greatness if you're always checking in with people every 10 to 15 minutes. I feel like people are always communicating, or they're tuned out on some other type of electronic entertainment. And it's like, how many hours a day are you doing something where you're actually focused on on achieving mastery.
Yeah.
And that's who you are. That's all that matters in the world.
Mhm.
Or or disconnected from all that and with the people that you love. How present are you with them?
I'm in a unique position there because I run our social media. So I guess me being on an electronic device is me finding mastery. I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I get it.
no, you actually do a really good job. You run it pretty well.
Thanks, buddy.
That's just time management.
Yeah.
It's no SwimSwam social media, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I have a lot to strive for there.
I feel like that's just such an interesting topic now, though, is achieving mastery in social media. It's like these are there are whole jobs that are social media,
totally.
and something that can be so distracting or so off-putting or, just so get you out in another zone. But it's like, but you're learning how to master it, and you're learning what works and what doesn't. And it's an interesting balance there.
Our comments are everybody's trolling us on the time zones. I'm just going to start saying time zone every single time for something.
Rowdy has reaction time. Mel has time zones.
I think here's the thing. I had my best when I was an athlete. My best swim was in Perth, Australia, when I was training in North Carolina. So, that's literally the opposite side.
Time zone argument out the window.
Yeah, that's my experience.
I'm the one who started saying time zone, and I've never swam in a different time zone. So I know nothing.
Everyone's confessing their sins right now.
That's what we do on the SwimSwam podcast or live stream. Whatever. This will go to podcast. This will be a podcast later in the day for people to listen. So right now, Watanabe of Japan's in the lead. He looks like he's extending that a little bit. Corbo in 4 looks good. Savickas in 5 looks good. Josh Matheny is making his move up in lane 3. Good. So it looks like it's those 4 lanes right now. But Maddie Madison up in lane 1, it's kind of a sleeper out there.
I know we're coming in on our last 25, but did Marchand pop out of this so that he could break a world record in another event?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was wrong. No. I thought he'd do it.
I thought he was going to do this too.
Yeah. I thought he could just kind of cruise it, but yeah, he's gunning for a world record.
Casper Corbo and Josh Matheny go 1-2. Corbo in at 2:08.4. Matheny is 2:09.0.
Matheny swam that real well. He definitely swam his race.
Solid swims, but where does that fit into the history of worlds and Olympics and 200 breaststroke? You feel like it's a good swim?
I don't know what your question
the time
just was. 2:08.4. I mean, that's like,
yeah.
If it's not Zach Selby-Cook, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Isaac Cole says 153.8 incoming for Marchand.
There we go. Let's move the conversation to the 153.8.
I'm on that train.
I'm
54.2.
Isaac's right. I'm with Isaac. Isaac, it's you and me, buddy. Even though the time zone is the time zone, I'm predicting 153.8. That's all I got to say. How hard is
Someone just asked, is Hawaii a different time zone from Nevada? I felt that one hard. Hawaii is a different time zone than Nevada. And that's maybe why you didn't swim so well. What was your question, Mel?
So that Phelps is Phelps 154.16, 200 IM. Ryan Lochte 154 flat for the world record. How hard is it? And Marchand was a 155.2 at World Championships last year in Budapest for the win. We spent so many years watching Phelps and Lochte, go at it. I think we got spoiled on this event, and in terms of how hard it is to dip under 155. Because the truth is, anything 154, anything's going to win this race, right? Who else is going to dip under 155?
No one else in history has been 154 besides Phelps and Lochte. So I think it's safe to say 154 wins the race.
154 wins the race. But all right. Carson?
I don't think Carson will be 154.
I think Carson's going to be a 154 here. I'm just going to say that just because I want, if it happens, I want to be able to gloat.
And if it doesn't, can I shave a rat tail for you?
I mean,
I had one of those in about second grade.
I can grow a rat tail. I can do a rat tail just because the rat tail will be translucent and white, and no one would even see it.
All right, we've got our second heat here.
MS Justin is like 154.9. He's calling it, man. MS Justin, our commenter, is saying, Carson's going to dip under 154.9 is doable.
Dude, our commenters will call anything because no one holds them accountable.
It's true.
They'll say whatever they want. They're lawless. I can't take their word for anything.
We're subject to the comment section.
How tall is
they are judge, jury, and execution.
The ultimate accountability.
How tall is Matt Fallon?
Probably
around 6 foot.
6'1". Yeah,
Okay.
6 foot.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller than Heilman, I think. One of my favorite SwimSwam comments ever is someone just writing "Fat Malin" with a bunch of exclamation points.
Bit rude.
Not because I think he's just changing the 2 letters of his name.
His dad was a swimmer. He
really?
He swam for Schulberg. Saw him at Germantown Academy.
Where is Germantown?
For those of you who don't know,
right
Germantown Academy, there's some context should matter. They swam 100,000 meters or yards a week.
It's true. But wasn't everybody doing that back in the 80s?
No, I didn't do that. I was doing about 80,000.
You swam, like 80, 90,000. Yeah.
What's if you're doing 80 versus 100, what's the difference at that point?
Wait, let me explain something to you, Coleman Hodges.
Swimming.
If you do 80,000 meters in a week, and then you got to do 20,000 more, you can tell the difference. Mostly in that you hate your life. Like you really hate your life.
But you hate your life anyway. At that point.
MS Justin's putting down splits. I know we should be focused on the 200 breast, but I'm just going to go through MS Justin's. He's putting it out there. I'm down with these splits. I'm taking a picture of these splits.
Wow. So Ken Hai-Young, the champion in the 50 and the 100, he is going out, which is expected. I mean, he obviously has the front end speed at this meet. I'm honestly a little surprised he swam the 200 just because I thought he was going to do the Adam Peaty thing and just totally renounce the 200 breast after going the number 2 times ever in the 50 and the 100. Sorry, he didn't go the number 2 time ever in the 50. He was top 5. He's right on the world record line right now, but I think we all know that world record is has a monster back half.
Yep.
And Zach Stubblety-Cook is coming up right now, as is Matt Fallon.
Signature move.
Dude, I wonder if Matt is going to run down Zach Stubblety-Cook, because that is his move.
Zach's looking pretty good too.
He is looking good. He's doing his thing for sure. So it's a three-way battle between Matt, Zach, and Ken right now. Not Ken as in Barbie's Ken, but Q-I-N.
Little pop culture reference there.
So 2:07.2 for Zach Stubblety-Cook, which like 3 years ago would have been a crazy fast time, but now it's like, oh yeah, that's okay.
Mel, were you more impressed with that heat?
I was way more impressed with that heat, and I can tell if Zach's heart rate's probably about a 75. And look at him, he's chill. But really to be expected because he's competing in the time zone. He's competing in his time zone. MS Justin, I saw your comment, and I'm down with you, buddy. I know your math was wrong, but it doesn't matter. All is forgiven. I think those splits are pretty much on. And I appreciate the reference to shoulder injuries, the difference between 80K and 100K training per week.
Sylvain Gunapane says, I think Marshawn wins the 200 IM, but the Lochte world record is safe for now, which is also what I think. I think he goes 154.2. He becomes the number 3 performer of all time.
But let's frame this topic a different way. He breaks the world record. It's a hard world record, but if he breaks it with the way he's been staying down, taking advantage of underwaters after training with Bowman, after training in the short pool for so long, the pop off a 200 meter IM world record, which is really 4 sprints. Would we be surprised? We'd be like, nah, that checks out. No one. I don't think anybody would be surprised. He's got a world record in him in this race.
I would be surprised.
Really, it's just like, does he want to entertain us, or do you see this one? How much pain does he want to feel to entertain the swim fans? That's really
what I'm wondering here is, let's say he goes 54.2. Is it really more like a 53.7 because it's in a different time zone than he's used to? Like, how do we equate that?
Where was the 154? What was that?
Now you're talking.
Wait. So the 54, the 154.16 was 2013. No, 2000. What year was that? 2011.
11.
Yeah, 2011. Okay, so it's not. The super suits are gone. That's why it was so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because we were like,
there's no way that.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna have world records this close to the super suit era.
But that meet was in China, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
Yeah, it's in
a different
Shanghai.
time zone, which makes it really about a 152.9. If we start doing the conversion times, we're going to create a time converter for time zone.
Isaac Cole's got it.
We'll start working on it now.
Rates for time zone.
I just said it. I didn't read that. I just said it. That's right. I'm sorry. I think you beat me to the punch.
Did someone break a world junior record in the tuner breast? Yeah. Zi Haodong of China.
Yeah.
208.47. That's the world junior record.
We like that.
Chinese are firing on all cylinders, aren't they? Jeez.
They're swimming really well.
Are they going to be as fast in Paris?
No. Definitely not.
We got to talk about Russia. One of the biggest stories yesterday wasn't recaps or hard news. It was that Klitschnikov went the 51.8 100-meter backstroke.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, that's hard news, but
no, but I'm saying in terms of it's a little bit off topic since we are covering world championships. It's like that. That was a big statement. I think I feel like the Olympics isn't the Olympics unless it's unless the world is there. No one was.
Do you have any more to say on that, Mel?
No, I don't think that athletes are responsible for what their nations do, and I think it's abhorrent that there's that Putin has it's decided to commit his war on Ukraine. but I don't think that the athletes. I feel like it's bad when athletes have to shoulder that pain or be forced out of a moment.
Mhm.
I'd like to see the world come together and compete, and there's a way that I think there's a way to handle it where they could compete, and maybe we don't recognize Russia the way we in the past when this has happened. I don't know. I'm old enough to have lived through the 1980 boycott. When I was a child, I was 10 years old. All of my heroes didn't go to the Olympics, and the Olympics was it was weird. And I feel like there was a hole in my life, a chapter in my life, and so Russia was initially banned because they were banned because of the state-sponsored doping. You know what? Yeah.
No. They weren't banned though, right? Like they could compete, but just was under like a quote unquote neutral flag that wasn't even that neutral.
That's correct. Yeah, it was symbolic. It was definitely symbolic. It wasn't. They were still there. They would play Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
What were they playing?
Yeah, Russia wasn't banned though.
What did they play for their national anthem? What was it? It was clearly a Russian piece of music.
Was Russia at the 1984 Olympics?
They were not. So in 1984, it was also banned. It was just the West. The East didn't participate. Russia didn't participate. So we boycotted in 1980, and they boycotted back in 1984, which is the reason why a lot of U.S. stars came out of the '84 Olympics, because frankly, it wasn't nearly as competitive.
Right. So do you feel like that Olympics there was a hole there too?
It was good to have the Olympics. It was definitely there was a lot of reasons why 1984 in LA was a better Olympics. Los Angeles, the entertainment industry, frankly, did a better job. They put on an Olympics. It's also an industry town where they manage spectacle on a budget. Because that's all they do all the time. And so LA was the first games where there was a profit turn, and it felt like a really great piece of entertainment and spectacle and celebration of sport. It's heralded as one of the greatest Olympics, of the modern era. It's like if you had to choose there was like 1960 Rome, 84 in Los Angeles, 2008 Beijing. Those are cited as really successful Olympic games.
Getting excited for 28.
28 should be well done.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll be sitting in a virtual watch party together in 2028.
This should be said just so going to the Olympics is really tough. It's tough to go to the Olympics if you're, that is a hard experience as an athlete, as a spectator. It's tough to attend the Olympics and compete and to watch and to coach. It's just so much walking. There's so much stress. There's so many other things going on. Different animal.
Potentially a different time zone.
Yeah. All right. So we got to. Where are you guys in?
Men's 200 IM is marching out.
They're parading out. I believe I'm about 20 seconds behind you guys.
Oh, you got to refresh that, man.
I've been trying.
Is there a reason why everyone is doing that motion of like swinging a golf club / baseball bat in their like little march out video thing? It's because Japan really likes baseball.
Could be. They just directed them to do that motion.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, do you see what I'm? Anyway, it's not important.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Scott walked out with a lot of swagger. Oh, here we go. Oh, Marshawn.
Leon Marchand, so good at swimming.
I like that.
All right.
All right.
This is going to be a great heat.
I got to get my stress ball.
Do we think Shane can medal in this?
Yeah.
I would love to see that for him.
I would too. It's he was a 156 flat, 156.2, 200 IM at a pro swim. What pro swim was that? That was past season.
Westmont.
And what was he last summer at Nationals?
55
he went
1 or 5-2.
He went a 156 low, 200 IM in season at a pro swim, and
that's it.
When you taper, you should. I'm expecting 155. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I know that this is as Mr. Fenwick said, this is not a linear. Swimming's not a linear line.
Not.
Yeah,
there's a lot of variables.
Just call him Linear Leon. That's a good nickname. I've already coined his best nickname. He's obviously the Flying Frenchman. I can't believe that hasn't caught on yet.
What place do we think Leon will be at the 100?
First.
Costas is going to crush this heat. Look at that.
Shane's out. I love it.
24:37. Floating into
out
the wall.
Of his head, and he's going for it.
He touched it at 24:37, and he was so that was a long last stroke. He glided.
So Leon and Carson are going for it. Carson is really going for it right now.
Carson's ahead on world record pace, 53.27.
Whoo! I was wrong. Carson is out first. Oh, get in there, Carson.
I think this is a Carson Foster statement. It's happening now.
It is. He looks great.
He does. He looks fantastic.
Shane's still running third. He's 3/4 of a body length ahead of the rest of the field. He's out there in lane 8. Lane 8 is already warmed up for the U.S.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
Well, he's got to pop up ahead of this.
Shane's still second. Carson falling to fourth.
Oh, God, that underwater is just on that. Ooh. Where's the world record line?
In 27. All right, I'll take my bows now.
Oh, stop it, Coleman. I'm pushing him. I'm pushing him faster.
Holy crap, Shane might get a medal.
No.
Oh, God. He was so close. Duncan Scott second. Tom Dean out of lane 1 was third. The great swim for the Brits. 154.8 for Leon Marchand. Mel, you know nothing about swimming.
I'm going to go in the other room and cry for a few minutes, and I'll be back. Excuse me.
He's waiting for Paris.
So it's
that's 4 cents faster than his best, though.
Yeah, I mean he's he's the third man ever to go 154.
Yeah,
behind Lochte and Phelps.
Yeah, it's a great swim.
But I mean, this gives you a lot of context as to the mastery Lochte and Phelps had in this event. And also just, the difference between this event short course and long course. And, it's like, obviously he's conditioned really well for that 400 IM, but for whatever reason, the speed is still coming in the 200 long course.
Did I say a 153.8? Isaac and I
meant 154.8.
We meant 154.8. That's what we meant to say.
And you were dead on.
You misunderstood me.
You were dead on with that.
I love Ryan Lochte. I've spent time in his home. We spent a lot of time in social settings, and I would never want Lochte's world record to go down. Wouldn't dream that it would ever go down. Obviously.
So Duncan Scott was 155.9 for second. Tom Dean was 156.0 for bronze. Shane Casas was 156.3, and Carson was 156.4, and they got fourth and fifth.
And I think that Shane Casas has been faster than that this year.
He has. You're correct. I think Carson has too.
Yep.
So
156.2 for Casas. There's a lot going on there.
But Leon gets it done. 154.8. That's a great time. Good for you, Leon. Tell you one thing. This does not bode well for my SwimSwam fantasy draft team.
What is your goal with the fantasy draft? I mean, it's like if you don't win, who do you want to beat? You want to beat one person. Who is that?
Well, Braden's in fifth right now out of 5 people.
That's all that matters. If you beat Braden, you call it a win.
If I beat anyone, I call it a win. I'm pretty sure Yin Yin's gonna win, to the surprise of no one, because Yin Yin is our best reporter and she knows more about swimming than I do, and she's an 18-year-old girl who never swam.
She just tweets what her predictions are, and it's like I predicted this 5 years ago. Boom. I predicted this last year. Boom. And then like she plays the video where she's done it with her prediction, and it's dude, it's weird. It's good. So yeah,
she knows what's up.
The goal, but Coleman, your goal is always to beat Braden, and I'm in support of that, because I know that he's busy working on the editorial side, and he's not watching this live stream. He won't watch it unless we clip it out and show it to him.
I think we have a special guest.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
All right.
Say hi to Uncle Coleman and Uncle Mel.
Uncle Mel.
What's up?
Yeah. Are you excited to go to California? You are. What are we gonna do there? We're gonna play. Are you gonna see Minnie Mouse? Yeah. Are we gonna go beach? Yeah.
Man, sounds like a good trip to me.
Yeah. What beach do you go to?
We're going to San Clemente.
That's beautiful. I love San Clemente.
Yeah. San Clemente's a good spot. My wife lived there for a while. I lived in Dana Point. Just one of our favorite places on earth.
Nice.
Nope, it works. You don't understand until you're there and you're outside and you feel it and you're going, this is kind of perfect.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah, go Hoos.
It's a good hat.
Yeah, fits really well.
That's awesome.
Harper loves to attend UVA swim practice and hold my stopwatches. It's an expert timer. Probably a little more accurate than DeSorbo. And his infamous watch.
His infamous watch. Dude, I would go swim for DeSorbo just to get that, just to get best times in practice.
Yeah. I haven't swam in 20 years, and I could hop in the pool and be pushing world records.
No kidding. That's awesome.
All right, we've got the women's 200 breaststroke coming up.
That we do. Kate's had a good amount of rest, right? She's had almost an hour, I think.
Yeah, she's fine. She's good. She so at training camp in Singapore, Todd had her do a set. It was the last hard thing that she did at that camp, and it was 4 200s breaststroke on her own rest from a push. And Todd's not there, so it wasn't on Todd's watch. But I'm trying to think. She went 231, 231, 230, 229, which is pretty solid. She's I think she's prepared for 2 swims in a session.
Yeah, that's most people's best times, or much better than.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Going 231 or better 4 times in a row.
We got another. Haley, come introduce Brooklyn to everybody. We've got another Fenwick Munchkin here. she's it must be water day at school. We're USA'd out.
No kidding. Look at that.
This is what you should have been doing every morning.
Kid overload here.
No kidding.
Josh may be taking his to daycare, but I'm bringing mine on the SwimSwam watch party.
That's right.
Can you wave?
We're daycare.
Say hi.
We're now SwimSwam daycare.
We got all the nuggets.
That's awesome.
We're at the stage where we want to grab everything we can see and and eat it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
This will go fast. We'll go fast.
They've got the swimmer mentality. Whatever I can eat.
I got to respond to a comment here. Alex said that I've never predicted anything, and I think he's missing the word. Ever predicted anything right? And Alex, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I predicted a Michael Phelps 200 butterfly when everyone said that I was crazy. When I predict something right, no one ever goes back and goes, "Hey, that was right." It doesn't happen all the time.
They only point it out when you're wrong.
It hasn't happened all the time, but I do have a tendency to predict world records too many times. I am way guilty. Leon Marchand, yeah, someone's asking how fast he swam. 154.8 for the win in the 200 IM. That's the answer.
Time by 0.4.
Third man ever to go 154 in that event. Mel's always guilty.
Sure, I accept it. I accept that responsibility. I'll take it. I'm carrying it on my shoulders. Where are we at in the string? Where are you guys at?
I'm on a car commercial or a tire commercial or Firestone.
Nice. I'm looking at the women's ready room for the 200 breast.
All right. I'm in the ready room as well. So, okay, we're synced
up. As intense as the men's 2 IM ready room. Man.
I don't know if I saw that one. Were they mean mugging each other?
Just good.
Yeah. There was no drama going on there. That was intense, was it?
It wasn't. I don't think it was tense in between individuals. I just think it was very focused.
Everyone was stone-faced. All right, we're marching out for Heat 1.
Here we go.
There's just something about the 200 breaststroke semifinal that's like, let's just move on.
How can you say that?
I'm not moving on. I want to see Kate move on.
How can you say that? There are people who define their lives by this one race.
I know.
We have to give it the respect it deserves. This matters.
My brother was once one of them. But it's like semifinals. Ugh.
Prelims from Australia.
And finals are fine.
Are you enjoying watching the Aussies win night after night? Aussies are having some great swims, and I think we all enjoy great swimming.
So
Ralph Whitty he's a little black rain cloud this morning.
Yeah, Ralph Whitty.
A
The
little
USA is doing
black
very.
rain cloud.
He says the USA is doing very poorly. We are not competing at the highest level and winning gold medals. Something has to change.
All right, Ralph, hit us with it. What needs to change?
Yeah.
We need more cowbell. I just so you know, Tyler.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. I think that
well,
we.
What do you think needs to change?
I think first of all, I think the criticism's unfair, but I do agree and I understand, and looking on the outside looking in,
How can the criticism be unfair, but you agree?
Because it feels unfair because you're not, if Tyler's on the front line, Tyler Fenwick, you're there, you're a coach on the front line, you're also being successful on the front line, really leading the charge of the success for Team USA. I think on the men's side, we're in a rebuilding phase, and that happens. We cycle through those, and we're there now. And on the women's side, we're feeling our power and feeling the upswing of some rising stars that are going to have a great Olympics. But I do think swimming as a whole, USA Swimming and World Aquatics, I do think that we should be growing our sport, and we should be supporting athletes more at the highest level.
Such a non-answer.
I'm never going to argue with supporting athletes more.
I don't like semifinals, by the way. I just feel like I don't understand why we have semifinals. Why do we have semifinals, Tyler?
More racing?
It's more racing. It's purely more television time, which I get.
Yes. And my guess is whenever there's a dramatic change, look at the bank account.
Yeah.
That is a good rule. So Tatiana and Lily King at 75 meters are asserting dominance over this heat. Tatiana is really starting to pull away from Lily King now, going into the 100. They both look extremely controlled. Sean Walker's out at 107.8. Go ahead.
Ian's asking if Americans do enough long course swimming, and I can't speak for the one thing that's unique about the U.S. is you've got your own club teams, you've got your own college teams, so there's nothing uniform. You can all do your same thing. So I can only speak to where I am and where I've been, and I know, like when I was at Mission Viejo, we switched the pool to long course a year and a half out from the Olympics, and it did not change. It did not go to short course. At Virginia, we train 9 times a week in the water, and we train long course in the fall and spring about 5 times, 4 to 5 times a week. And I think that's plenty of long course. Once we flip from the NCAA calendar, we're about 75% of the time long course. So there's a lot of long course going on at Virginia. It's the focus of our program. NCAA is second, long course is first. And but I can't speak for other places. I think there is
21-3.
Yeah, go ahead, Coleman.
Sorry, 21-3 for Sean Mocker, 22-6 for Lily King, and that's the top 2 out of the first heat. Sorry, you were saying you think there's a misconception?
Yeah, I think there's a misconception that the U.S. is just swimming yards all the time, and I don't think that's true at all.
Well, what people who don't live in the U.S. also have to understand is that maintaining long course pools is very hard and very expensive, and a lot of communities, if you're going to have a pool, it doesn't make sense to have a 50-meter pool, and a lot, especially in smaller communities that don't have as much money. And so it's like a 25-yard pool is very easy to maintain and very accessible for the general public. You can get a lot of use out of it in a lot of different ways. So and consequently, that's where a lot of club teams start sprouting up is out of those, little dingy 25-yard pools at YMCA's or local gyms or, wherever they are, city pools. And so it's like that's where a lot of kids learn how to swim. So I would say teaching kids how to swim is kind of the focus. That's the number one. And you don't do that in a 50-meter pool always. But when you're training at the club level or anything above at an elite level, you start seeing a lot more long course, and people will, they'll drive 30 minutes, an hour a day, to go get long course time. So the focus is pretty real.
It was a nice swim there in prelims. 221 Swift.
What was Lily King on the what was Lily's 100 breast final? Was she a 106?
106.
Yeah.
Oh. 106 low.
So that's just when I see that I'm like, did this is just probably not enough base work this year to have a second taper?
Mel, Annie Laser very clearly explained this to us when she was on during the breast final.
Refresh my memory. What did she say? No, she was insightful.
Lily King's been playing around with her race strategy and that, and it could be a taper thing, but also Lily, it looked like she went out fast in that swim, and then it looked like she had a little too much juice on the front end, and didn't quite hang on the back end. Whereas she's been swimming it very controlled the first 50. Like that's how she swam it at trials. That's how she swam it at some pro swims during the season. And so I think Lily is in a rebuilding phase with that event, according to Annie, and she thinks it's going to be locked and loaded and ready to go by next season.
Ian, back to our long course discussion. Ian says he was thinking more racing than training. Now that he may be onto something there. It's there aren't a lot of long course races, like racing opportunities, for a lot of the season until things switch to long course in the U.S. And to make those, to get to those opportunities, it's expensive. You have to fly, you have to get hotels, you're paying for meals, so it's you've got to fly to where they're being hosted, and you look at the months from September until about April, and it is not easy in the U.S. to get to long course meets, especially developmentally, like when you're looking at age group. So that may be something we need to look at.
No, it's correct. There's a lack of focus and discipline on and prioritizing long course meets, and it's hurt us. Let's talk about Kate.
It's hurt us. We're the most dominant country in swimming. Sorry.
Well,
anyway, Kate Douglas is in the water in lane 2. Tess Schoten from the Netherlands, who's having a great season, and seeming to continue that here, is out first at the 50. Kate looks like butter right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll do what she needs to do.
107.6 out. Whew. She looked good. All right. When I think of 200 breaststroke, I always think of just getting out over that wave, and it's almost like swimming downhill. And you see certain breaststrokers in their breaststroke is so beautiful. It's so pretty. They get over that. They're getting over that wave, that hump. And 144.27 at the 150.
So Tess Schouten is still with a pretty commanding lead, but Kate Douglas now coming on pretty strong.
Yeah. So if I'm Kate Douglas and I'm feeling myself and everything's going right, am I shutting it down right now? Am I managing my energy systems, or am I pushing this all the way in?
I don't think she needs to shut it down. I think she can get after it here, feed herself well. I don't think this is killing her.
Yeah, 221.99 for Kate Douglas.
Wow.
It's a great swim.
Yeah. So she's going in as the 3rd seed for tomorrow in the 2 breast.
7/10 off her best. She's and it looks like there's more there.
No disrespect to breaststroke, but it does feel like the golf of swimming.
I feel like a lot of people would take that as a compliment.
As a very mediocre breaststroker, no offense taken, Mel.
Well, my roommates were always breaststrokers, so I have a great love for breaststrokers.
We're a little different people.
Breaststrokers are the most interesting people in swimming.
Yeah.
I think that's who Russell Mark, UVA swimmer, breaststroker.
What? True. Tyler Fenwick, William and Mary swimmer, breaststroker.
Wyatt Hodges, brother of Coleman, PhD in mechanical engineering from Cal Berkeley.
You're not saying your brother's name right. Your brother will be 101 Wyatt for the rest of his life. How old was he when he went to 101? He went 101 100-meter breaststroke, getting his getting in his PhD at Cal, and he was like 28, 30?
Yeah, he's 28. But he drops 2 seconds to do that in one swim. He'd been a 103 all his life.
I gotta go.
Like from 20 to 28.
I'll be right back. Ooh, let's see
your
results.
All right. So Kate's in 3rd, Lily's 4th. Tatiana and Tess are ahead of them. And I can confidently say that's the heat. That'll be the medal podium, I think. All right. So we got 2 more swims left. Oh God. More 200 semis. They're just so long, but at least they're parading them out quickly. I like that. So men's 200 backstroke semis. Who do we got in the heats here? So we got Ryan Murphy.
He's in the first
we got Ryan
heat.
Murphy and Dustin Lasco.
And Lasco. Yeah, they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Heat 1.
Oh wow. So this heat's got like all the fire. So Hugo Gonzalez also taking on the double.
Yeah.
We got 3 Cal Bears in this
double.
Heat.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Jeez.
That's nice though that Hugo gets to be with his Bear Bros and Murph and Destin.
Yeah.
I hope he takes some solace in that.
Little comfort in the ready room there.
Yeah. He was 157. He was 156.99 in the 200 IM semi. He was 57.3, I want to say, in the 2 IM final. Yeah. So he added a little bit, but he had a great swim in semis. So we'll see what he has here. God, I would love to see someone go 152 in the 200-meter backstroke. I don't think it's going to happen, but if someone did it, it'd be so great.
Are they on the water for you?
They're in the water for you?
No, they're not. No, I just refreshed. They're still behind. They're about to get in.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I'm at. What do you think, Mel? I mean, so far this session's been a little like day 2 vibes. You know, nothing super crazy has happened.
I'm okay with day 2 vibes. I need a breather.
Yeah, off day. Yesterday was pretty intense. Alex or so A Pearson said they don't think anyone's going 153 in the tuner back this year. That's fine.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, a 154 could win. It's
That's very true.
Going into day 6 World Championships, 154 could win.
I mean, I think it's been a decade since someone went 152 in the tuner back. I think it's been over a decade. And I just don't feel like events should be like that.
The Russians will probably go that today.
You know what? I'd take it. I mean, it's so weird though. Like, for example, in the women's tuner breaststroke, you know, we got girls going 221 and like that's a really good swim, but like the world record's 217.
Yeah.
And it was done by someone who's isolated in their country and can't compete against anyone else. It's super bizarre. Lane 7, Mewin. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Mewin Tomac of France is just going out.
He's
125. Yeah, it's
not messing around.
Gonna go 155, 156 low. Murph always, pops on the last 50s, particularly in semis anyway.
Yeah. So Destin Lasco flipped 8th at the 150.
I saw that.
He can't get better than 5th in this swim, but he's not looking super great. Murphy is looking strong as always. Lasco's going to get 8th. Murphy touches for 3rd.
Always knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's on it.
Just
wonder what happened with Lasco. I wasn't expecting that. He's been so consistent. It makes me think he might have some health issue.
Well, I mean, this is also agreed, but this is also his first long course meet. This is his first major international meet. You know, he's the last 2 years before this year, he was like he wasn't quite there, and then at trials he had a really great meet and kind of broke out, and so it's his first Worlds. He could be having a health issue,
time zone issue.
We got a lot of those going around.
Gosh, I'm never gonna say time zone again. Time zone. No, but he has been consistent. He looks like somebody. He was just every time he was touching the water, we were seeing gains.
Yeah, the other thing, Jack Alexey won that silver medal. He might got real excited, it's for his buddy, and maybe that took a little something out of him.
They're all training in the same pool. And you're looking at if somebody's hitting a second taper, they're performing a second time, you kind of expect it across the board, and you just don't know what happens at a major international competition. Sometimes you can have a little dehydration, it's usually digestive that wrecks you at a big meet. If we're being honest, that's it's a little bit of change in the water, the bacteria in the water, the food, and suddenly you're like, I'm not comfortable.
You have any good stories about that, Mel?
Yes, I was on the national team for over 11 years, and I had meets where I had issues, whether it was constipation or diarrhea or whatever. But yeah, that's it's unpleasant, but that's what you're trying to overcome.
Yeah. Again, these are not robots. This is not in a vacuum. These are human beings. imagine all the things like that happen to you in the course of a day, a year. Like same stuff happens to these guys.
Yeah, sometimes you get
The
bubble
mo-
guts at international meets, and it really
Yeah.
sucks.
My
The
guess
most
if Destin swam that 10 times, that would be the one time that maybe he wants back, and the other 9 would be great.
the most formidable piece of literature I read in my youth. Everybody poops. And that's I don't know if you guys out there have read that
True.
book. If you haven't, I would recommend it.
It's
It's
true.
an all ages classic. Everyone can learn something from that, but you know, we're all the moral of the story is that we're all human, and that we all go through similar experiences. And when these guys are traveling halfway around the world to compete at the highest level, they're still going through being a human every day.
Leon's not looking human.
No,
Yes.
he's not. He's looking like a golden god.
This he is looking like a golden god. I'm really getting trolled by Alex. Alex, come on, man! If you're going to troll, you got to troll better than that. You got to bring it, buddy. Because if you're trying to hurt my feelings, yeah.
Glad Coleman and I aren't taking any strays here.
I do like Isaac Cole's comment of, so it all does go back to getting accustomed to different time zones, huh?
It does. It does.
It really does.
It does.
Does the national team help the team manage diet during the big meets? That's a good question.
Oh, yeah. There's nutritionists there. Yeah.
So, but it's also like, it's not like the U.S. national team is bringing their entire contingent of food, right? It's like you still have to eat the local cuisine. Like you still have to get your food in Japan.
But they're working on that months ahead of time to make sure that the menu is correct. The options are options and that work. There's a lot of planning that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I mean, that it is going to be the local cuisine. And I know, like, when you go to like a World University Games or something like that, and there's just a huge dining hall of options. I mean, it's very, very localized, and there isn't like you're not planning that as much.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't traveled with the national team, but in the 80s and 90s, we would take a low dose of antibiotics and on some trips.
Yeah.
To manage gut bacteria and manage issues and manage and I don't know if that's changed. I don't know if they're still doing that, but it's
I haven't seen that on any trips, but yeah.
I mean, it makes sense though, right? That you would want to take something specifically for that. Because that does really affect you.
Oh man, no, they would have doctors go and test the water in the country ahead of time and say, here are the bacterias, and we don't have these bacterias in the United States. Yeah,
they're on top of it. So we got Woodward of Australia and Koch of Hungary, who's notably trains with Bob Bowman. They are the top 2 in this heat. And they're going to finish 1-2. It looks like they're going about 155 high, 156 low. 55.99 for Koch. Woodward's 56.1. So yeah, that's about the time. So the commenters were right. Mel was right. It looks like 154 is winning this tomorrow. And this event just is not really progressing how I would have liked it to.
you've got to give it the respect it deserves. It's still a fast swim.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a world championship gold at 154, and I want to see a 53 as well. I know you want to see.
No, I actually said I want a 52.
I know you want to see a 52. So Murph has been 153.6, I think, is his PB, and he was I remember whenever the Team USA went to the Pan Pacific Championships, and everyone swam so slowly because God, I hate to say it. That one Pan Pacific Championship, they got a short turnaround and the time zone killed them.
That one was really that is the only legitimate time.
I may have been on the U.S. staff for that one.
But Murph won a 158, won 153.8. No, I think he won his PB in the 200 back at that meet.
He did.
Yeah, because
that's right, and it was a 153.
Just a pro.
So maybe that magic will matter. 154 is winning, and it's going to be Murph. I think that's the safe bet for tomorrow.
But the real question comes back to, what are the Russians going to do today?
This is true. That is the big question. And after, that's going to be fast. They're going to swim so fast.
What meet are they at right now? Like, where is this stuff going on?
It's the Russian meet. It's in Russia.
It's the equivalent. It's equivalent of like, it's
got them in Siberia racing.
Yeah,
it's a UVA Texas dual meet basically, and that's what the equivalent. That's what they're having, right? It's all time finals.
That's it.
Everybody's fresh and ready to pop off.
You guys coming to that one this year? SwimSwam sending a contingent to that meet this year?
There's a good chance I could pop my head in.
Yeah, got a place to stay, man. I'm looking at our guest room right here. You're welcome
that'll
to the Fenwick household.
Okay, we're saying 154 is going to win 200 back, and it's going to be Murph, and that's a pretty safe bet. What's going to happen? What's going to happen at the Russian meet? Are they going to go 153 low? We're going to see what we're going to see.
First of all, A. Pearson said Kolesnikov 152.9 if he does 200 back. No, because he's not doing the 200 back.
He doesn't do 200 back.
That's the thing. It's Rylov and it's Kolesnikov. Rylov does not seem to be on form. I don't think anyone goes 153 there either.
Nope.
Maybe someone pops a 154, but I don't think the 200 back specifically will be anything crazy there. That's my take.
Okay. Yeah, Rylov has been off.
Women's 800 free relay. Frickin' finally. It's about time. By the way, Ryan Murphy made the final. He's 4th seed. Hugo Gonzalez, coming off a tough double, snuck in there for 8th place.
Oh, wow.
Good for him.
Good for it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, men's 200 back final tomorrow is going to happen. But now we've got the 800 free relay. So they're almost all marched out. USA is marching out right now. So once again, it's Erin Gimmel, Katie Ledecky, Bella Sims, and Alex Shackle on the anchor. Is that correct? That is correct.
Right,
wow.
Correct, yeah.
So once again, that's Erin Gimmel leadoff, Katie Ledecky, Bella Sims, and then Alex Shackle. Australia right next to him in lane 5. Molly O'Callahan leadoff, Shayna Jack, Brianna Throssell, and Ariarne Titmus on the anchor. Oh, man. So Erin Gimmel's going up against Molly O'Callahan. Alex Shackle will be going up against Ariarne Titmus. So it is really up to Katie. I mean, the youngsters could have great swims, but like Katie and Bella are we're depending on them to get us some fresh water because
pretty cool. We've got 3 high school
full.
kids. 3 high school kids on this relay.
No kidding.
No, Erin had a great swim at when she wasn't. What's her PB?
156.0.
But she's
But she split. What did she split on the relay?
55, right?
Hand packs last
She split
year.
55.
I think she was 50.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. She didn't just break a world record, though. She's going up against a 152.8, which I'm guessing Molly O doesn't go that time here. But, I mean, a 2-second gap is not unrealistic. So we'll see what kind of form Shayna Jack has. She has been on in the free relay so far. Really curious to see what she can do in a 200. And Katie Ledecky, her job's going to be catching us up. So halfway through,
55,
Shackle is 0.7 behind. I'm sorry, Gimmel is 0.7 behind Molly O. We know that back half what it looks like from Molly. So she's got clean water at 125 meters.
Look at that world record. Oh, that's the relay.
That's the relay world record line.
Oh, it's the relay world record line. Yeah. She was at 55.67 out at the 100. 24. She's going to go with 153 low here.
So
Emma looks good.
Just extending her lead. Erin Gimmel is right up there with China and Britain. I mean, she's definitely doing her job. There's Summer McIntosh going second for Canada.
153.66 out.
Yep. Gimmel touches right with China for second, third place.
That's over two body lengths
behind Molly.
So that's almost 3 body lengths out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that move for USA.
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, you obviously don't know what Australia is gonna do, so it's not like they knew their lineup. But that was an unfortunate pairing in my mind.
When you're an elite relay, I don't know. I don't think you try to stay in front of the whitewater as best you can, or stay with it.
And hopefully this, Katie's going to make some ground up on Shayna. They are both, Australia is 2 body lengths ahead of the world record line, and USA is currently 1 body length ahead.
She closed a whole lot in that first 100. And is she going to overtake her on this? 50?
So
whoa!
Ledecky throws down on this relay. We know one thing.
But if she
throws down on this relay.
Okay, if she crosses her by the 150,
well, that's what we need, Mel, because I'll remind you, Alex Shackle, the first timer, is going up against Ariarne on the anchor. So, and I think Shayna has looked reserved. I think she'll have a little something on this last 50.
Did Katie?
So we can see.
Do we see this? Is Katie Ledecky just overswim the first 100 meters? And she's not closing as much. Never seen that.
Up.
Hey, once again, I think Shayna knew what she was doing.
Fair enough. Yes.
So now we're really hoping for a lights out split from Bella Sims. Brianna Throstle's in the water for Australia. And dude, that world record is going down one way or the other, I think. Australia is 2.8 seconds under world record pace. Wow, great underwater for Bella Sims.
Insane.
So Bella looks great. She is making ground on Brianna Throstle, that is for sure. Oh, poor Alex Shackle. I just don't see this ending well on that last leg for the US. But Bella's looking great. It's a great experience.
No, there's
fantastic.
There are examples of this in swim history where a slower swimmer gets out ahead of the big star on a final 200 meters and they hang on. That happened at the 1984 Olympics.
It also happened.
There's going to have to be a lead going in. There's going to have to be at least we're going to have at least a couple seconds.
A certain American swimmer I remember held off Ian Thorpe.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. It was Cleat.
It's Cleat Keller.
Yeah, Cleat Keller held off.
So Bella and Brianna Throstle are neck and neck. I think Bella might go in with a slight lead, but like fingernails. They're basically touching at the same time. Titmus was off the blocks first. Maybe she false started.
She reacted better. Oh wow, that was it. That was.
I mean,
that's
come on. Titmus has been on a lot more relays than Alex Shackle has.
Titmus does not get intimidated. Why would she? like, cool. The sky's blue.
She just stepped on. That was brutal. That exchange was brutal for Team USA. Swimming Australia just went, got this.
You're talking about a world record holder versus a first-time world championship team member.
It's good to see, though. I love seeing that. It's like you can't take it easy on people. You've got to bring the heat.
It is.
Kudos to them. This is good. This is going to be.
You know what? Going into this, Alex Shackle is a body length behind at the 100. Good for her. I mean, if America goes under and or close to Australia's old world record, that would be a sensational swim. I mean, this is going to be an American record. Unless Alex really falls off.
But swimming Australia continued dominance at the World Championships.
Yeah. So Titmus is pulling away here. She's just over a body length ahead of Alex Shackle. Alex Shackle is absolutely holding her own. Great last turn. She must have taken 10 kicks off that wall. So Australia, and with Titmus as the anchor, is going to crush their own world record. They're going to be touching it.
Awesome
7:37.
This is going to be a
7:37.5. That's a world record.
No one's near Shackle, Justin.
7:41.3 for US. So that's a really great swim for them.
Yeah.
God, I should have captured that clip of that last 15 meters and created a meme, like when your feet are ahead of the world record line.
Okay. Let's see. The American record is 7:40.7. We were 7:41.3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good swim for Team USA. Like you said, Tyler, 3 high schoolers, 2 first-timers on the world stage.
Awesome experience.
152.4 for Titmus.
Wow.
That is legit.
Yeah.
Great relay.
Good relay. They're happy.
Wow.
You know what? Silver medals. It's great. Swimming Australia is dropping it and continuing to Aus.
Yeah, they're setting the bar.
And now we got 12 more hours of work to do.
All right, Tyler. Thank you so much.
Hey, for sure, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for day 6 of our